And we're
We
live.
are. All right. So, hey guys, today we're going to be talking about target market versus client avatar. So, Brad and I are going to start weekly lives on Wednesday where we're going to just pick out a topic, discuss it, and then we're going to just, share with you what we are doing in business so we can grow it. So, Brad, I'm going to hand the mic over to you and ask you what is the difference between client avatar and target market?
Yes. So
Briefly describe it and then I'll hop into it and do this.
yes, absolutely. And we were talking about this a little bit before. So essentially a target market can be a little bit more broad, right? So this could be essentially everyone who potentially may be targeted, but the client avatar is the particular person, or it really should be multiple people as your business starts to grow that you will be essentially speaking to directly, right? And there's a lot of ways that you can do this. Like I know some people will put a picture up of someone who they envision, or like the client avatar exercise that we do in our program is, what do they look like? What color is their hair? How tall are they? What's their eye color? What's their job? All those types of things is the client avatar. So you know directly who you're speaking to. Who are you shaking your head at?
It's so interesting to see your understanding of what it is because it's kind of just like, it sounds like fluff when you talk about the client avatar. Not you, just in general, like, oh, the client avatar is just a person with hair color, eye color, but it goes much deeper than that. And that's why I feel like a lot of people are just like, this is bullshit when they start their business because it's just, that's what it feels like, is like when you're picking out that specific client avatar. But I do want to talk about what the difference is between target market and why finding a client avatar in your target market is so important. So basically, when you're casting a net to a market, say you have like 1,500 people in your market, right? That's like the searches for your business, like the keywords that you put out for business. It's 1,500 people per month or per year are looking for your services. That's your target market. So basically, it's your age range, the location, the family status, the educational level that these people have, income level, and occupation. And that's like a wide net. The next one is going to be basically just like, what's their lifestyle, the areas of interest that they have, their belief systems, where they're hanging out on Facebook. This is going to be more in depth about your like target market. But when you are developing a client avatar, it's basically just like, who do you want to work with specifically that's in your target market? Because you could have people that are like 45 and like for us, 45 and just starting a business, or we could have like established B2B owners that are looking to scale. There's different client avatars, and you're going to, as you're refining your messaging over time, you're going to have like specific people you're speaking to, so you can specify your message when you're bringing an offer to market.
All right, so make this more tangible then. So target market, give me an example of the target market.
B2B business owners in the online space.
Give me another one.
Okay. 45 plus women who are looking to slim belly fat after 3 children.
All right, so now the 45-year-old 3-child woman who's looking to lose belly fat, what would be a client avatar for that person?
Okay,
in that target market.
No, of course. Like, let's put the name Janet, right? Janet lives in Louisiana. Give me a town in Louisiana. Actually, we'll do New York.
Baton Rouge.
But let's do Staten Island, New York. I'll do something very similar. So Janet's from Staten Island, New York. She's a stay-at-home mom. She has 3 kids. Her last kid just went off to college and she's kind of suffering from empty nest syndrome, right? And like, she doesn't really know what to do, but for 28 years of her life, 27 years of her life, she just has put her entire self into raising children, being the home keeper, making sure that everything is set in stone on the home front, but she really sacrificed who she is as a person. So she gained weight, she didn't really take care of herself, and she's having these realizations as she's going to doctors that she really needs that lifestyle change. So Janet's looking to get to the gym. Janet's looking to change her entire eating habits. She's starting to put more focus on herself and like really start developing that new lifestyle that's going to make her stay around longer and also put herself first as, she moves forward with life.
So why does this matter? And this is a rhetorical question for me, but why does it matter to differentiate between the client avatar and the target market? And why is it important to go so deeply? Because I used to think when I first started in business, like exactly what you were saying earlier, like oh, this is all just bullshit. This is just fluff and this is just air, and like get on the computer and get into business or get on the phone and start selling your product. But through iteration of multiple products, I've learned this is tremendously important. So just to loop it back to the question. So what's really the difference, and why does it matter to go so deeply into this as you're bringing an offer to market or looking to scale a business or looking to expand different areas of a business?
Yeah, it's so important when it comes to messaging. So the reason that people buy anything is because they feel seen, heard, and understood. So when you have a very broad message out there, especially if it's like a high ticket offer, like if you're a product-based business and you're just selling a product, it's fine. All right, whatever. It's like, here, this solves this problem, I'm going to buy it. But when you're bringing a high ticket offer, you want to speak directly to that individual so they feel like you're hitting, one, their pain points. Two, you're going to be the person providing the solution for their specific problem that they're solving. Like if I came to Janet, right, and I was just like, oh, like I'm a fitness trainer, I just help people, lose weight. All right, what makes you different than, why me? Why you? Why am I going to go with you? But if I'm like, hey, like I'm a 50-year-old fitness trainer, right? Say, put me here. I'm a 50-year-old fitness trainer and I've had 3 kids. I know what it's like to like really lose yourself in raising a family and taking care of the home front. And I made this lifestyle change and I became happy. Why are you not there? Who would you buy from? That's just
a second, of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So this is good. So let's keep this rolling and talk about the niche as well, because I think it's interlaid here. And I'm a firm believer, and I think you are as well, that in the beginning stages of business, I'm not going to say niche is irrelevant, but it's really not that important at all, in my opinion. You want to cast that net very, very wide as you go and then narrow down, right? So you were just talking about the 45-year-old woman with excess belly fat with 3 kids. Like you're really refined there, but you might have started at fitness, lose weight, right? You might have been taking on male clients and female clients, and over the course of time, you'll be able to determine by who you're working with, who's resonating with your message, the feedback that you're getting from the market. That's how you're going to determine your niche. So I think a lot of people get stuck at this point. And I was on the phone with someone yesterday, and like they were saying, like the riches are in the niches, or I would say like the riches are in the niches, but whatever. Like however people say that, but that's true as you scale, but you should certainly not prevent that from, or let that prevent you from moving forward with your business. Cast that net super, super wide. And I'm sure you could expand on that a little bit more.
Yeah, you definitely said the key terms, as you scale. So that's the thing. It's like, as a brand strategist, business strategist, whatever, like so many people get stuck at this point, including myself when I first started business. Like my first coach was like, you need to be niche. You need to be niche. I didn't even know who I wanted to work with. That's the thing, is you have to figure out, by casting that wide net, 1, who's resonating with you, and 2, who you resonate with. Especially take a fitness trainer. Like say I'm a 26-year-old fitness trainer. I'm probably not going to be working with males that are 26 years old. I'd probably be working with females who are either my age, a little bit older. Like that's just how it works. That's who I could see myself working with. But if they don't want to work with me, I kind of have to reiterate my offer. So cast the net wide, see who's buying, and like I always use that fishing reference, like cast the wet net. Oh.
That's like reaches in the niches right there.
Cast the net wide, see what fish you're catching, see who's taking the nibble, and like start like refining. If you don't like what's going on, start reiterating your message, maybe taking it. That's where the split testing comes in. And like, that's exactly why it's so important, because you have to know who you want to work with before you really put that messaging out there that's solidified. So then you can scale. So niche down over time, like you said.
Facts. And like the time frame, 3 months to 5 years or more, right? Like you may not know who you really want to work with, and you won't know who you really want to work with until you start working with that person, and you will continually refine that as you go. But it's very tied in with direct market feedback. And this is a lot of what we talk about in our mastermind community, is keeping the feedback loops wide open at every step of your business, because the more feedback that you have from the lead flow that's coming in, from the customers that you have, from the potential customers who maybe don't buy from you for whatever reason, that direct feedback allows you to refine your niche, allows you to refine your message, and it all bleeds into the client avatar, the target market, and bringing everything together. So definitely do not think that you need to have a strictly refined niche, and you should not have a strictly refined niche in the beginning. And quite frankly, anyone who tells you that probably doesn't know what they're talking about because they haven't gone through that process. Like, yes, niche in a broad term, you should have an idea, but
Where you're running.
definitely don't let that prevent you from moving.
That's like one thing. So I'm going to be forward here. When I was doing copywriting as a freelancer, I worked with a lot of e-commerce brands and I wrote a lot of like their product descriptions and stuff like that. And I wrote the blogs for their websites. But when I transitioned into one-on-one coaching, I had one client come to me who was like an e-commerce store. And I was like, I cannot do this one-on-one with you. So I moved my offer more towards like people that are consultants and coaches. It was just like, it's, you think that you like a niche until you start moving forward in business. And like, that's when you have to like kind of reiterate like where you're going or what direction you want your business to go. And it's okay to change your niche. Like, you're not married to your niche. I think that's something that a lot of people like stop in the beginning. They're just like, oh my God, like, I don't want to do this for the next 40 years of my life. Like, you don't have to. You're never married to your niche, but make sure that you know which direction you're going and start like putting yourself as like an expert in that field, as long as you know the information that you're bringing to market, of course, and like just start testing the market to see what works. That's how you start niching down. It's like, know which direction you're running, start running, and then over time you'll know where the end line is.
Facts. I've had the same experience too. And like, I'll go full transparency on them as well. Like, I used to do one-on-one coaching for like people who were looking to make their first dollar online, right? Their first buck online. And yes, I enjoyed working with some of those folks, but at the same time, I didn't like it at all, right? They weren't the people that I wanted to work with. And through iteration and transition in time, like, I've moved away from the people looking to make their first dollar online, and we have moved towards, you know, newer business owners, people who have something in place, or at least have a strong idea of what they want to do and where they want to go, as opposed to like, hey, I'm just trying to make a couple bucks. Because it's much easier to work with those type of people, because generally, and not coming at anyone here, but generally the mindset of a at least newer business owner, someone who's already started or taken the steps or made some money or is making consistent money online, their mindset is much further developed than someone who is like, hey, I just want to make some quick cash to do whatever, go on vacation. You know, they don't necessarily have the mindset of a business owner. And, you know, you and I have both clearly identified those people, the people who have taken those steps, as the people that we want to work with and the people that we work best with as well.
Yeah. And I think that goes to show, like, even people that haven't made money online, there's still a difference between like that quick, like overnight success versus like, okay, like, I'm hiring you guys because there is a way. It's like, yes, 12 months to like 6 figures is like what we promise or whatever, or that's like, it's never guaranteed, of course, but that's what we pull people in. It's the mindset that goes with it. It's, they know it's going to be the hard work. They know that it's going to not be overnight money where they can just like put something up and it's coming in. They know that the back end is really going to be what's going to scale up to 6 figures.
Well, yeah, and like the mindset too. Like, if you have
That's
a
what I'm
shitty
saying. It's
mindset,
like
yeah, exactly. It's both.
between like overnight success versus like, all right, we're in this for the long term. Like 12 months is just the beginning of everything. It's not the be all end all.
Yeah, exactly. And like, the person who has the short-term mindset, well, one, they just may not be developed enough yet. They probably don't have enough experience, which is fine, right? They just haven't had enough, quite frankly, failure in business to understand the importance of long-term thinking. Whereas those people who, you know, come into something with that longer term mindset will make much better business decisions as they go, and they won't get frustrated with all the short-term hurdles, which there's always hurdles. Every day in business, there's hurdles. Every week, every month, there's hurdles in business. There's ups and downs. But with that long-term mindset, you're in a much better position to be very, very successful in the long term, because you'll be able to assess the landscape much better and then make effective, quick decisions much better as well. And that right there as well is super important. The ability to make quick and effective decisions as a business owner, not just something that's going to make you the quickest buck.
Yeah. So you're basically just describing our client, our target market, not our client.
Oh yeah, more or less. Yeah. We're taking it, we'll take it full circle here. So
anyway, on that note, I would love to wrap this up. We got a quick lesson out there for target market and client avatar, and we'll see you guys next week on Monday or throughout the week.
ladies tomorrow for Women in Entrepreneurship. I will not be there, but Nina will be there.
Yeah, tune in at 1 p.m. EST for Women in Entrepreneurship. I will drop the link today and tomorrow, so look out for it and come join.
Peace.